Are you tired to pretend like life is perfect? Like you have all of the things figured out. And it's really even selfish to complain. But once you come home and you're alone with your thoughts, you notice the emptiness inside. And you look around and it's like, why? Why I have this if I have all of my life put together? I have beautiful family, I have good career, I have everything I need. It's so selfish for me to say that something is not working, but I feel that something is not working because I have a high functioning depression. Let's figure out what it is. Is there anything wrong with you? Or maybe it's time for you to change your life. Let's go. Hello, my lovely people. Thank you for watching this video. This video was made specifically on the request of one of my clients who told me that, and who had just recently had a session, who had high functioning depression. She came to me with one problem. I feel like my life is all good. Like it's a shame on me to complain. It's selfish of me to think there is something not working, but I just feel so empty inside. I feel like everything I have is a fraud. And one day, people will figure it out because I feel so empty. I feel like there is, what's the point? What's then? What's tomorrow? I don't even have a vision. I feel just so sad within myself. And I have to wake up in the morning and pretend like everything is amazing. High functioning depression. I will say high functioning anxiety because it's also an option. High functioning depression. Where is it coming from, right? You sometimes notice that you are running in your routine just like you did 10 years ago. You are growing, you are evolving in your life, you are achieving more things. You are, developing your family, for example, right? Or growing your family. And things seems to be very empty inside of you. And that's the most important world that you have. More important than the reality you have outside. Because your inner world is affecting your outer world. So no matter what you have outside, you might feel disconnected from all of that. And we're going to talk today about where is it coming from, why some people just, suffer in anxiety and they are just, stuck and cannot seem to be moving forward, and why some people are like just going on with their life, but still struggling. So the moment, right, what are the cases when people have high functioning depression? So they have either of these three things, or maybe all of them. One of them is more social pressure. So you became, the status is more important for you. The status, how people are perceiving you in your community, or your family, in your community, at work, is more important than looking inwards. So a lot of social pressure to keep up. Run. North American culture, run. More inner resources. So people with high functioning depression, they have a lot of inner resources. Because it's pretty hard to keep the emptiness inside, to feel like there's something not working, and to pretend like everything is working. It's like a double work, right? People who have depression and they actually show that depression, they're like, well, at least I show it, at least I express it. People with a high functioning depression, they don't show it, which means they have to play another role. And it's more resources, which means you have a lot of inner resources if you're still doing that. And then the second one is perfectionism, right? And career orientation. So some people made career advancement, validation and approval from others the most important value that they have. And so which means that it will override the desire to actually slow down, reflect, go to therapy, try to admit. And there is another thing that I just remembered. There is one thing is denial, right? So these people usually, they have denial regarding other things in life because they deny. They still keep working, still live in their life, but they deny. So that's very important to note. Do you deny other things in your life? Do you deny your emotions? Do you deny your identity? Do you deny, your purpose in life? Whatever it is. But there's denial. Denial is very prevalent in high-functioning depression. I'm good. I'm okay. You remember that guy from Friends, Ross, right? And she's like, I'm fine. I know it's like really, comes out squeaky, but I'm fine. The same, right? You're like boiling inside, right? Boiling inside was either emptiness, depression, or anger even, but I'm fine. So that's high-functioning depression. So in these people who have high-functioning depression, if it's you have a very well-developed logic. You are more logical than emotional. You can be also more emotional, which you can, how people say you're very, very positive. Very overly positive, right? Overly positive. It's also, it could be, as I said, it's not always like that. But if you feel the emptiness inside you and you come out into the world, you're overly positive, overly friendly. It also could be a protective strategy. It's a denial strategy. I have to look good. I have to be friendly. I have to be positive. I have to be outgoing. So there is no good or bad, wrong or right, and no 100% definiteness about symptoms. Try to find those symptoms that resonate with you. Also, some people who the logic is well developed, they still function very well, but they have that inside, that depressed mood or that emptiness. It only is visible when you are by yourself, alone with your thoughts, which you mostly start to avoid because it's painful. Really, sit there with your thoughts, all is good, right? And I have to just sit there and really reflect on my thoughts. Also, people can avoid it with drinking, gambling, cheating, shopping, right? So all of these things, smoking. So you can shut down the emptiness inside with other things. So people who have high-functioning depression may be cheating on their partners because their needs are not met. They don't even know what need it is, but they start to look for it in connection. If they're disconnected, for example, from their partners, they start to look for that connection. They don't know what they're looking for. They just look for feeling loved, feeling connected again. And maybe then I'm going to be happy. But it's still the emptiness. Because then you have guilt. Now you have double life. Now you have to lie. Now you have to hide. It's another role. On top of your role at work and in life, you have another role. You exhaust your resources completely. And different people have different resources. Some people can live like that till 50, 55. Some people really fall apart at 45 or 48. It depends. Some people even earlier. But high-functioning depression can start as early, usually as 20s, early 20s, or it can show up later in life. So usually, what is the high-functioning depression is connected to? Usually is connected to unmet needs, as I already said. There are needs in you that are not met. So whatever it is, and a lot of people don't even know their needs. And it's good to really uncover it. I do that in my coaching sessions, not in hypnotherapy sessions, but in my coaching sessions. I work with clients defining their needs. What are your values, priorities, needs, and limiting beliefs? And they are driving your life. And if you know them, you have control over them. If you don't know them, they control you. Simple as that. You are driven, but what you don't realize, if you realize it, you drive it. You use your values to your benefit. You use your unmet needs to meet them. But if you don't know them, then you're going to be clinging on things, making mistakes, creating more pain in your life and in the life of your loved ones. But still running, because it's high-functioning anxiety. Right? Another reason for high-functioning anxiety is changed priorities. Sometimes, at some point in your life, maybe you can call it a midlife crisis, maybe it starts even earlier, that your priorities change. For me, it happened around 33. I'm super grateful, and I'm still sure that my priorities will change at 40, 45, because it's another realization in life. But at 33, I had a deep, deep realization of the change of priorities. When priorities change, what does that mean? Career ladder doesn't really bring me joy. I'm still doing that. I'm still very highly functioning at that. Doesn't really bring me joy. Parenting as well. Some people, parenting doesn't bring me joy. So changed priorities. Priority was one thing, friendships, or pleasing my parents, or pleasing my friends. These priorities stopped being the priorities. Your goals for life change. Usually they come with deep realization. So maybe it's an unexpected moment and change in your life. You were, for example, laid off, or you separated, divorce, betrayal, losing our parents, by the way. Losing our parents often creates a huge transformation inside of us, because we realize now, well, I'm actually an adult now. Now I have to figure my life. And very often people are stuck for years not being able to move forward, not being able to grow up and become that. Now I am the authority. I'm the oldest in the generation, right? People don't want to take that role. Often they don't, but they do. When those priorities change, when your values change. For example, one of my values was approval from others, praise. Right? I wanted to feel special. I wanted for people to notice me. And then, right, I took this value and I used it for beneficial, like making videos for you, right? Like putting myself out there on social media, right? I put it, but in a more beneficial source than just going and pleasing and having low self-esteem. But these values can also change. Like your values can change from status to nature. Your values can change from money to, it could be volunteering and community building. It could be from approval, it could be from beauty to creativity, right? So like there could be a change of these goals. And that's the crash of the belief system. When your belief system crashes, you crash as well and you feel that emptiness. But because you have a social pressure, you still run. And another reason for high functioning depression is when you start to slowly realize that your goals are not yours. Then what you have been running for is not what you really, really need right now. Like you started to run at 20 or at 16. First you were in sports, high performing, then you went to college, then you want a job that you build, and then you realize that, oh, it wasn't even my dream. It was not my dream. So these are reasons of high functioning anxiety, but you need to keep the role going. You keep the movie going. The movie of your life. You can't change it because it's a big fear. It's a big stress to change your life upside down. And because high functioning depression, it can be there for your whole life. Really, some people are really good at hiding high functioning depression especially if they take care of their health. Some people with high functioning depression still go religiously working out. So they might have a lot of resources in their mind. Could be, I don't know. You see, you look at your body and you see how your body is reacting. Because usually it's hard to keep up all of those roles. It's hard to function on a high level and have depression. And in order to fill that void, we seek something. Either it's alcohol, or either it's sex, or it's something else. For these people, for the people with high functioning depression, status is more important than happiness. Status and losing the life that you lived is more important than happiness. Happiness is not the priority. I kind of want it. I really want it. I believe that I'm happy and I will be happy when I'll achieve these things, but it's not the priority. So you need to put the happiness and health and your well-being a priority if you want to overcome the depression. Because usually, to the core, it's depression. It's not following your heart. It's not being connected to people. Maybe, some people with high functioning depression, they cannot connect to people. They're like a little bit cold, distant. They push people away. I had those clients. They come in and they're like a wall. It's like, why did you come here? I'm here for connection. I'm a very touchy person, very, very warm, and kind, and I really love to explore people. And when they put the wall, I was like, okay, what are we gonna do here? So we start to put down a wall a little bit, and it takes more resources out of me for sure. I need to work really hard with these people in order to make them feel comfortable, make them feel like they trust me, and it's possible, and they love it. And these clients who put the wall leave me the best results, the best reviews, because they love it. They understand. Oh, finally, I'm understood, and because I'm not blaming them. I'm not telling them how they should live their life. I never say clients how to live their life. I am kind of putting in their skin, standing in there, and see how they can use their story to their benefit, not the way I think they should live. Okay. Anyway, next, people's opinions. We sometimes have high functioning depression. We don't want to really address it because we believe that, well, what people say. He was so successful and now he has a mental health problem. What people say. When we have fear of people's opinions, and we are so attached to it, it becomes the center of our attention, by the way. It's not only about high-functioning depression, no. It's about another side of the narcissistic tendencies. We all have. We were so tend to call abusive, toxic people, right, manipulative people, narcissists, that we forget that we all have those tendencies. When people have fear of opinions, they have social anxiety, for example. They believe that they come into the grocery store and all eyes on me, all eyes on me. I'm going to be feeling embarrassed. Who cares? You go into the, no one really even pays attention to you. Some people just look at you and that's it. If you fall there, they call 911 and that's it. They don't really care. They care about you for 20 seconds. That's it. And maybe for more if you need help. But that's it. But no, we think that I come into the store and all eyes are on me. I come into the meeting and all eyes are on me. Right? That's a narcissistic. It's about me. It's not about you. In this world, it's not about you. You just live your life the way you want to. But no, it's not about you. So, and the self-image. Sometimes people create the self-image like a brand. We all create the brand, right? You have your own brand. The way your loved ones, family members, friends, co-workers are talking about you when you walk out of the door, by the way, that's your brand. Not always the brand is like, oh, this huge thing. No. So when you have your brand, you have your image. And you cannot destroy that image. It's really hard for you to, well, now people will think that I'm not that good. I'm not good enough. I'm not that successful. And to start to work on the depression means to accept the change in life. To accept the change in life. It's going to happen. And if you are, if you're open to that, to explore, I love people with high-functioning depression, really. I love them as my clients, really, because they come with all of this. My life is great, I'm this and this and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this. And I was like, okay, so what's not working? I'm like, well, I'm completely exhausted and desperate and miserable in life. I was like, okay, now we can work. Now we can work. So I love clients with high-functioning depression because first, they're very logical. They have very well-developed critical thinking. They can make really beautiful connections, right? If I'm working with emotional depression, with people who are actually like showing up the depression to everyone, right? This is more like a victim role. So it's another challenge to work with these clients, but I love it as well because I feel like my mission is to bring as many people out of the victim role as possible. But high-functioning depression and people with this problem, it's another form of fascination. And I love working with them because they make incredible changes. Because they are very focused, consistent, determined. If they made a decision to resolve depressed state, they will do everything. They will listen to the recording. They will be committed. They will listen to my words. They will embrace those words, right? They will not neglect it. They have a very strong discipline. So that's beautiful. So if you decide to work on that depression, on that underlying feeling of emptiness and feeling stuck and feeling unhappy and unfulfilled, wow, you can create a phenomenal life. Because if you created a phenomenal life before that, can you imagine what you are capable of when you are actually yourself, when you don't have to play any rules? It's beautiful. It's phenomenal. So open your mind to change. Explore what is hidden. The potential is huge for people with high functioning depression. It's huge. So I love you all. Be healthy emotionally and physically. The only recommendation that I give is you either are going to wait until you fall physically, like physically you will have problems, right? Your body will start to talk. So you can wait. You can wait until your body starts to talk, or you can look for answers. You can look for answers. Do you love your life? What are your values? What is that emptiness is telling you? Listen to the symptoms of your body, mental and physical. They have language, but you need a guide to understand that language. And if you do, you could be fascinated with yourself. And I'm sure you can do that. If you need my help, you know where to find me. All my contact details are in the description. If you want more of these videos, high achievers, perfectionists, people with high functioning anxiety, please put in the comments. I will be happy to make a video about it. I love you all. Be healthy emotionally and physically. Bye.